What's going on, realist man? What's going on, Spark 117? We here.
What it do?
It's good to be here.
What is up? What is up?
So how's y'all day going, man? We're gonna do a show today. We're gonna shadow drop.
It's Saturday. It's Saturday, man. What you mean?
Saturday, don't have to go to work.
No care in the world.
Man, feels good to have a week off, man.
La Noche's UFC tonight. We got gaming going on tonight. Yeah, we got some big games heading out.
We do have some fights going on tonight, huh?
Some good fights. It's dedicated to all of Mexico. They did a love letter, and now they're about to settle it right in the cage.
There you go.
It's gonna be in that sphere. It's gonna be a crazy event. It's gonna be in that sphere in Vegas that they just opened. So we'll see.
Yeah, that big old with all the TVs on the outside.
Yeah, the one that they did the commercial for Xbox. And that big smiley yellow face that they have, that one gigantic round TV.
Yeah, it's a globe. I think this is like what, $4 million a day.
Yeah, that cost, man. Whoever made that TV, the brains behind that technology is just crazy. Imagine if you have that outside running 24/7, what you could have inside your house.
Yeah, so I got a question for y'all then. I got a question then. Mm-hmm. Since we here and we don't have nothing to do, man, y'all ready to get started?
Let's get this started.
Sure one.
I didn't mean to cut you off like that, Rose. What were you gonna say?
I just said, sure, why not?
At some point, I have to imagine people are saying, maybe I should just go to PC at this point because this is quite expensive.
Yeah.
What do you imagine that would cost?
Probably a fair bit more. You need to have the GPU that you're going to need. I mean, if you consider a holistic view of all of the different components, the enhanced ray tracing, no AMD GPU has that at the moment. The machine learning block, no AMD GPU has that. It's almost like essentially an NVIDIA style feature set made by AMD. And the closest equivalent GPU you'll be looking at would be the RTX 4070. The 4060 is quite close to base PlayStation 5, factoring out machine learning and ray tracing. So you're looking at a 4070. I looked on, I think it was Amazon yesterday, Amazon.com. And the cheapest one of those is $540. So beyond that, you've got to get a CPU, a motherboard, memory, power supply, case, 2 terabyte SSD. So it is going to ramp, the costs are going to ramp up, right? Then you have your mitigating factors, which is that you aren't paying however many dollars per year for the glorious honor of being able to play online and have cloud saves. So you've got to kind of, maybe sort of amortize costs over the year to get a proper idea of what the actual comparison is. I do think maybe, though, we might be slightly missing the point, because if you consider what the PS5 Pro is, it's a machine that's designed, I don't think it's for new owners, right? It's for people that have got a PlayStation 5, but they've got the disposable income to have a better PlayStation 5. And I think that these guys are going to have an existing library of PS4 and PS5 titles. And to make the jump out of the PlayStation ecosystem and into the PC ecosystem, then you've got to leave those titles behind. Your entire library that you might have amassed over like 10 years, you've got to leave that behind. You've got to start from scratch.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I know everybody's saying, what's done got into legal, man? He's on his 3rd show within a week. This is what I perform, baby. This is what makes Di-RRec Gaming with Di-RRec Gaming. We're not here to look like we're the best. We're not here to look like we got the most subscribers. We don't look like we, you know, we're the fancy pantses out here. We don't look like we, you know, we just do what we do, man. We the streets. We love to be down here at the bottom, just doing what we do, because we know nobody else is doing it like us. Nobody.
Indeed.
Just like the subjects that are about to pop up, nobody's talking about it. This is not a show where we just sit around and bird feed, like I've always said. I don't take pride into doing things that everybody else is doing. You know, I like to have extraordinary intros. When I didn't have an intro, it was just me. I love to show my passion. Sometimes I can be too loud, but that's just the southernness in me, man. I've been all around this world, you know what I'm saying? That's just me being who I am and being influenced by the people I've seen and grew up with. All the good food I've eaten. I'm not a dog that's been in the kennel all my life, you know. So I could run around these pups on social media like it's nothing, man. I was raised by the werewolves. I wasn't raised by the wolves, man. I wasn't raised by the pit bulls and the little poodles in the kennels. No, I was raised by the werewolves, man. And we're hybrids. We can walk out here and transform during the sun. We don't care. We don't need a full moon just to transform. We do what we do. And so I respect these 2 guys right here. I respect them a lot. These 2 guys right here, they bounce off me pretty well, man, and their insight. For y'all that don't know, you know, Spark 117, he doesn't really talk a lot, but it's because he doesn't want to. But when I want to talk technological stuff, he's who I go to, because the guy works on that type of stuff. The realest one, he's as solid as a rock for a stand-up guy for Xbox in these streets as one could possibly be. If there was a shadow of the general, he is that. He's the embodiment of what it is of being a true Xbox fan. Not because, oh, I'm just an Xbox fan. Because the dude can speak the language fluently. Okay? First, before I get started, I'm going to really get with y'all today, man. But first, before I get started, I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Kima, because he sees his prophecy every single day. He sees me, man. And I got to keep giving him his props, man. I appreciate you, bro. We know it's a Texas thing anyway. Dolomite, you know it, man. Shouts to Dolomite. Shouts to Dr. Baca, man. Shouts to all y'all, man. Shouts to Varun Kai Spy, I'm sorry. Shouts to my man. Y'all know what it's about to do. Y'all know what it's about to do. Y'all know what it's about, where it's about to go. And before we get started, man, I'm cooking. Shouts to Crazy Lou, who's not with us right now. He's busy taking care of his father right now, handling some business, so we miss him. Shouts to the Xbox International Podcast, to all those guys out there, Sour Blow, Cypher, and Eternal Shout Out. Shouts to them dudes, man. Those are my guys right there. They do great, especially in the Spanish community as well. Shouts to Xbox Battlegrounds, and shouts to the DX Mansion, and all those people that's been running with me, man. Special shout out to my man Israel out of Houston as well, man. We've been linking up, been laughing. Everybody that's been laughing with me these past 2 weeks, man, it's been very comical. So if you like what we're about, please like, share, leave some comments below, hit the notification bell, never miss a beat, and we're gonna get right to it, people. I think I'm gonna go backwards on the title, because I really want to talk to the Xbox streets. Okay, I really want to talk to the Xbox streets. So before we get going, let me show some love, show some appreciation right here. Let's click on, because the mighty chat packs in the building. You know, they here. I can't wait for that, man. Dr. Vaughn, I can't wait for your work, bro. You already know I can't wait for your work. You know it, Dolomite. Yes, sir, Kima. We in the building, brother. You know it's about to go down. Y'all about to get some good exclusive talks, man. We ain't doing no article talking. We ain't doing all that. I'm gonna get y'all to think, man. And like I said, we don't do this to mislead. We don't do this to be silly willy and stuff. We really do this brainstorming our thoughts. We really want to try to cause an awareness, a thought process. That's why we are here. And for the most part, just have a decent, realistic conversation so that even if we end up wrong, that was never our intentions, because in our hearts, we're always trying to do something right. Really said it's almost time to go back to the unity like Rick James. Facts, man. So here we go, people. Realist sent me a leak, which he said was pretty. It's not new. It's not a new leak, but it's a leak that has to do with Sony understanding where Microsoft is going to go and what they want to do, because it was in a file document when they were going through the courts. So we know that a lot of times the people who don't like Xbox tend to they love to close their ears and close their eyes and act like they don't know what's going on, even in the midst of their cracks, even in the midst of the earthquakes and the rumbling and all the stuff that's just slowly falling apart and the veil being torn in the PlayStation streets. We're going to get to that too, but I want to prick y'all's minds real quick. We know that Microsoft basically has his hands tied, right? And even though it has its hands tied right now due to, judicial systems around the world, Microsoft is still figuring out a way to fight without fighting, right? And win and win at the same time. So they're pulling out one of Bruce Lee's greatest, one of his greatest martial art tactics is the art of fighting without fighting, right?
Be Walter,
man, right? So I know y'all like, what's legal going with this? Oh, watch this. In that leak, right, it shows a 45 million Game Pass subscription. It shows what Microsoft is wanting to do as far as push Xbox forward with the console, with mobile space, cloud space, and storefronts. You see this thing that even with an Apple storefront is not out of the question. You see these things that you look and also the PC compatibility, right? Factors. Oh, nice. Sotness, nice, because I've been playing that too. I'm gonna be bouncing between RoboCop and Star Wars Outlaws. So thank you, man. So when I get on that game, bro, and go live, man, feel free to help me out, talk to me, let me know what's going on. Because, man, I love that game, too. That game is decent. It's decent, bro. Right, it's decent.
Yeah, it's better than decent, man.
Right. It's not a bad game at all. I'm having fun. So, as Willis gave me this document, I was reading it. It made me think. It made me think about this. We know what Microsoft has to do right now. We know what it's going through right now. It's funny right now because PlayStation fans really don't have no games. They're port begging for Xbox games. We know why they're port begging. It's just to try to get under our skin. But it ain't getting under our skin. We got an Xbox. So they're playing the let's get under the Xbox skin, right? At the same time, not buying video games. While we already subscribe to Game Pass and we're set in our ways and we're enjoying our games. So that's the realization that's going on right now. Donkeys want to poke fun at they getting our games, which they're not playing, and Xbox fans are enjoying games and are beating them, like my man Sotness just said. So that's the reality of what we're doing, right? So you look at what Microsoft is doing, right? They happen to do these things because of the judicial systems, and it just looks like Microsoft. It's seeming like Microsoft is not the Microsoft of old. Xbox is just going to be a third publisher, and third party publisher, right? And it's just, oh man, all doom and gloom for Xbox fans. Because here's the biggest question: why would I need an Xbox if Microsoft is just going to put their games everywhere? We as real Xbox fans, we get it, right? But what they're not understanding, see, this is the difference. Remember, I know people do not understand the difference between real Xbox fans and people who just like to talk about Xbox. There's a difference, and you're gonna find out why right now. Okay, here's the difference. If what comes true, right? If what comes true is that they are really taking a model out of the 360, right? Microsoft is already planning on making a next-gen console. Follow me. They have already boasted that this console is going to leapfrog the current next-gen console, right? Or generation. So whatever the console that comes out after these, Microsoft is going to leapfrog that as far as technology goes and what the Xbox will be doing in that current time. That only tells me that technology is going to be too far advanced. One, right? Two, if the rumor of the PlayStation 6 is going to be another 4 to 5 years, that's not going to look too good if the rumor of Xbox is supposed to be coming out within 1 or 2 years. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my word. I'll follow my sword if I'm wrong, but I still said we're gonna see this bad boy come out in the fall of 2026. If I'm wrong, it's 27. I don't see it. I see the Xbox coming out at least 2 to 3 years ahead of the next PlayStation 6. That's me. I'm going on record, right? Now, the reason being is that what is Microsoft getting so scrutinized about? It's funny that they still want to talk about exclusives. Okay, cool. We get it. But dig this. If Microsoft comes out with a console that leapfrogs the current next-gen consoles, and they don't have a competitor that has a next-gen console, if they put games out, what would that automatically make those games? Exclusives. That's what it's going to make them. Exclusives. Microsoft would not have to dumb them down. They wouldn't have to be worrying about no parity clauses. Nothing, because they have their own console out with games for that console. Y'all ain't hearing that nowhere else, man. Look, this is some good stuff. Now, right? They're not getting none of this. Let's open up the Book of X and flip another page. Now, if that comes true, that destroys the notion that Xbox can't have exclusives. They're putting their games everywhere, and that destroys the notion that Xbox is scared to put their games everywhere because they would have already been doing that. Shouts to my man Bonty. Shouts to my man Sam Chance Gaming. Sotness. I hope you enjoy RoboCop, man. And so now that that happens, that's going to turn some heads because these games will be coming out and they'll be revolutionized. Microsoft will allow their games to do the talking, just like the 360 did, right? At the same time, their competitor is got to try to get their console out. And even though they try to get their console out, they already know that no matter what they put out, it will be inferior to what Microsoft is doing with Xbox games, right? Now, if this happens, people, what would people have to say then? What would be the answer for Xbox then? Because if this happens, that automatically makes games exclusive. That already makes the Xbox the most powerful console again in the world. That pushes technology. That gives devs a better advanced field to make their video games on. It gives them all the credentials and keys and networking to build these games. You got Windows that's going to be accepted in China. You got the Tencent agreement with Microsoft for them to be allowed to push Windows through China. You have the mobile empire as big as it is, where Microsoft is using Activision for the Western world of mobility. You have Xbox, who has always been an undercover PC console, just waiting to be what it's always destined to be. You already looking at people frowning on console right now. You heard Mr. Ledbetter talk about what it's going to take if you want to spend this money to have these specs that the PlayStation 5 Pro is daunting about. And I don't see PC gamers nowhere on Twitter X jumping up and down about what they got. We hear a bunch of talking, but we don't ever see anything. You guys get on Twitter X, and all you want to show us are your UFO lights in your bedroom. You don't ever show us your games. You don't ever show what you're doing. Because honestly, you really can't. Streaming don't show 4K 120. Right, Spy. The word on the street is that the next gen Xbox will be about $600. That's the word on the streets. Because, and I'll put it like this: the reason why that sounds good, because we already know that Microsoft actually puts their hands on their chip. They partner with engineering their chips. They always have. They always have. So when they got a piece of integration, when you got that inside integration going on, the price will always be cheaper because you're not relying on third-party content. So, Spy, I'm glad he said this. The 360 was sold at a smaller price as well. And to the consumer, it's just common sense to buy it. If Microsoft goes with this tactic, Sony's really going to be in trouble. Because let's look at the future of Sony. And let's be real clear about this. Sony right now has to make money off of old IPs. They have to get returns off of old IPs, which they're so last in profits that it doesn't really make anybody any sense to even speak like PlayStation is doing anything in the reality space. In the reality space, they're the brokest one, all right? That's just facts. So if it's going to take them to get money off of old games, look at what they just showed us today or yesterday with the PlayStation 5 Pro. There was a list that came out. A lot of these lists are what? Remasters. A lot of these games are games that the PlayStation 5 have already. So there's nothing new. So if we're going to go off of what Mr. Lamberter said of Digital Foundry when he was talking to Destin, right? If this console is focusing on those that already have a PlayStation 5, it's not speaking to the casual market, who's the biggest one. It's going to speak to their extreme core. Not even the hardcore. The hardcore are not even buying this console. This is the zealots. PlayStation zealots are going to buy this console, right? Just to play old games. Right. The zealots are going to buy this console just to play old games in a better setting. And the setting is not even that much better.
It's just to enhance their old games. They do not want tech demo out of that console. 67% faster on from a 36 CU GPU. That's nothing. That's just making and breaking with the Series X, maybe 1 or 2% faster in GPU, but nothing else. And those extra CUs that they're going to use is going to be AI, PSSR, whatever, super sampling. New games aren't going to be able to handle that. They forgot to state that PlayStation uses primitive shaders. Xbox uses variable rate shaders, which is...
He wants the Cam New legal. Man, come on, Sanchez. Why can't y'all just let me be lazy for a chance, man? I just moved into my new dungeon. I got a bunch of mess, but I guess he's not gonna let me live, man. He's not gonna let me live. So he asked for it, man. So I had to do it. You know, I gotta do it, man. I got all kinds of stuff going on, bro. I'm here, bro. I'm here. This is it. I'm here. I'm here, man. So we chilling. We're gonna do it like this. Y'all want me to do the green screen as well? I'll do the green screen. I got some stuff hooked up. But in the meantime, man, I got a lot of stuff I'm running through here.
Who's that?
I'll put the green screen up, man. I don't want to look too messy on screen. But look, to this guy right here, because I don't know his name. Look, I want to know your name, fam. I appreciate it. He says, Di-RRec, what's up? Good show so far. You guys are always speaking facts. Make yourself at home and spread throughout your community, man. Because wherever you at with that language, I want to know. Or if you're just being funny, we still want to know. But you're being different, and I like that. So let me know where you're from, bro. Let me know where you're from, and we appreciate it. Look, green screen. Shit, trying to be funny. Yo, I'm gonna do it for him, man. I'm gonna do it for him. Look, I'm gonna do it for him. So, look, check this out. So here, see, it's too light, man. I'm in my dungeon, man. But if I'm okay, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Let me put my chain on, man. Let me put my chain on. Let me do it, man. I gotta represent the streets, man. All right, so we here. Okay, we here, baby. I ain't got my shave on, man. I'm beard trying to grow. I'm out here, man, doing what I gotta do. It's a war outside, man.
You know what's even more embarrassing? They didn't even bring out Killzone, Shadowfalls, or anything like that to showcase the graphical prowess of the Pro.
Man, that would have been even worse. They already didn't show any new games.
No, they're not. They
already showed enough PS4 games the other day.
SSD is the same speed, the CPU same speed, just faster RAM, maybe 18 gigs, 20 gigs slapped on, and just a bigger GPU. They're not taking advantage of anything. It's the same software set. They're not doing nothing more than super sampling. You're paying $700 to see alien ass cheeks clearer in the distance. That's it.
Look, man.
And what kind of pervy activity is that though? That you need to zoom in on somebody way in the back. But look,
right, it's the brightest dungeon you ever seen, bro.
But look, if last gen didn't teach us anything, it should have taught us that a mid-gen refresh can only leave the base console so far. Even though the 1X was a hell of a machine, it set the $500 mark, right?
Nice.
It still couldn't leave the one too far behind because of the Jaguar cores.
Yeah.
This is why where Spartan is saying it's the same CPU, same everything. They put a bigger GPU in there. It's still not going to help with the CPU. Even the Series S had a better CPU than the PlayStation 5. So they're still going to have the same issues. Like a lot of people just thought that's going to be the best place to play this and that. I know you might want to get to it later, but I just wanted to piggyback off what he said, so I'm gonna shut up on that. But it's only so much that they can do, and I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I'm not worried about it, especially for like PC people. Like they pulled the PC people into the console where we already didn't need them in here. Now PC people are trying to go out of their way to show how it can't compete with a 4090. They know that.
Oh man,
I mean they just saying shit, man. But these PC dudes, like I told you, League, a long time ago, the PC community, after you get finished talking about your specs and having a meat measuring contest, is really nowhere else to go. So they got to come to the console war so that they can have some gaming activity, because they don't really have a sense of like community, nobody to go back and forth with. But it's just a whole lot of foolishness going on. But go ahead and go back on what you're going on, because I think I bounce off you anyway.
You know, I was going right here, right where Israel Rulez was coming. I just mentioned his name too. And he's up in here. So y'all, it's funny, right? Because it's even more than that, Israel, when you think about it. So let's do it, y'all. Let's do it real quick. Y'all, they clowning me, man. Yeah, man, I ain't want this. It's bright as hell out here in Texas, man. We in the daytime, and Sam Chan's Gaming wants me to go. Look, man, I'm finna go back out, man. I'm finna go back out, Sam Chan. You about to get mad, bro. You about to get mad, fam. Look, I'll go in and out just for you, man, just for you. But look, look, man. When you look at this, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Because I'm gonna have some fun. It's funny. Let's do it. $700, right? That's off top. 700 some change. We ain't even gonna get exact. 700 some change, right? You add $80 for what? I forgot. The stand or something? What's $80? No, I'm sorry. The stand is $30, right?
Yeah.
730, 740 right there. What else? What else?
You got an $80 disk drive. That's $100.
There you go. $80 disk drive. So that's 830 right there. 825 or whatever.
810, bro. What? 580 plus 30. I mean 780 plus 30.
Yeah, 810, and then you add on you get a game, you get a video game, $75, which pushes it up to $880.
They don't have games to showcase it. So
no, you gotta get something. There's nobody.
Hey, you already know Call of Duty is coming out right on time for Call of Duty.
Yeah, facts.
$800.
So that's 900 right there.
Wow.
Okay, well, yeah. If they buy Call of Duty, if they buy COD, that's $900. Okay,
That's
$900, and I'm putting it right there, right smack there. Boom.
Lord have mercy.
There you go, Cygnus. Cygnus is right. He's PlayStation guy. He said ain't no PlayStation guy just gonna buy one controller. Add another controller to that. That's another $60. So that's what, $960.
But legal, this is not this is for the super fans. And like
This
I said,
zealous, bro.
this is what I said. Go ahead.
Fellas, the man said it. This is for the ones who already have it. So we talking about it can only be for the zealots now. Only the zealots. So you telling me that a PlayStation zealot is going to spend almost $1,000 US dollars?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to spend $960 to play remasters.
Pretty much.
All right, people. That's it. That's the selling point. So y'all are telling me that's the selling point for the PlayStation 5 right there. Okay, good. All right, cool. That's what we're going to ride with now. Don't have no games. We're just going to buy old games. They're enhanced, and we're going to have fun on Bloodborne again. Okay, cool.
You can buy a used $400 computer with a GPU upgrade of 400 with Linus.
But listen, but Spartan, let's be for real. The 4060 will not have what the PlayStation 5 Pro has. What Digital Foundry say. There's no graphics cards that have these type of features in their capabilities for their features for the PlayStation 5 Pro. It's not in the graphics card. So a 4070 has them, and he said it's $500 right out the gate. So just the graphic card alone is almost as much as the console, just by itself. We ain't talking about a 4K monitor. We're not talking about a keyboard, mouse, the modem. We ain't the what did you say? The power supply. We ain't talking about none of that. So I mean, so even at the end of the day, you're not selling those guys the PC. You're not going to sell those guys the PC. So I don't want to hear it. But see, that shows the difference between them and us. I'm an Xbox dude. So you don't see me crying about I'm finna jump ship off an Xbox dude, right? If I'm out here professing to be something, this is the true art of war, right? See, for some people, they get out here and they talk a big game. I'm this and I'm that. But we don't live in a perfect world. So when things don't go right for them, they want to walk the plank. Okay. Real Xbox fans, because I know y'all hate hearing it. Real Xbox fans don't walk the plank. I told y'all a long time ago. I live by the slogan that Realist told y'all a long time ago. Do you know why you're an Xbox fan? Do you even know why you own Xbox? I do. So therefore, I'm content. So the legal, right? I'm going to weather the storm. I didn't get an X. Let's go to the origin of why the legal even got an Xbox. I sure didn't get it because it was the most popular console out there. So that eradicates me right there off the top. If I wanted to be part of the populace, I would have had a PlayStation or Nintendo. So there had to be something that gravitated me to the Xbox. And it's the same thing. That's why I'm still here. So now that I'm more excited about this technological leap, because if you listen to that better, right now the PC is limited. So why would I want to go somewhere where I'm going to wait for Moore's Law to catch up? I'm not getting a PC right now. Are you crazy? Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next year. Well, I'm going to get a PC and be sitting out here left out while everybody's balling on their consoles playing that game. And you got a PC and you left out. Nah, I'm good. I'm going to listen. I'm waiting for the next Xbox. I'm straight. Hopefully, it's everything that I've always been wanting to see Xbox to be. That's that masterful PC console, right? Matter of fact, let me put it like this. You don't ever hear this from anywhere. This masterful PC. What's legal talking about? I'll tell you. I'll break it down. Personal console, personal PC. Personal console, personal computer. That's Xbox. That's what the PC abbreviation means to me. Personal console, personal computer. There you have it. I'm just waiting on it to be what it is. Microsoft has been trying to get this thing to the proper vision, to its proper final stage for years. And it looks like they're about to get there. I hope I have massive storefronts where I can play. All I need is my account, just like I have on my NVIDIA GeForce now. If I want to get a game from Steam, I just click it over there and I can play it. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because really, that's the art of gaming. I don't care about consoles. Consoles are not the all and be all for what the industry grows upon. Video games are. The reason why we had E3s, the reason why we have Gamescom, the reason why we have the Game Awards. It ain't called the Console Awards. It's called the Game Awards. The reason why we have Summerfest, the reason why you have when GameStop had those late midnight releases for video games. It's accessories and software and services and content, people, where the money is at. And I think right now donkeys are having a hard time understanding it because their old VHS mindset tactic is failing them. That's all it is. They don't have, notice in 2024, they don't even speak narratives right now. They know that even console sales are not mattering because why are you going to speak about a console sale when the PlayStation 5 isn't even outselling the previous one? Now, notice, it's going to hurt PlayStation more than it hurt Xbox for not outselling the last gen. You know why? Because there's no perception with the Xbox. There's no perception with the Xbox. PlayStation's most powerful key is perception. I told y'all that way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It was never about video games. Sony came into this culture. It was not about video games. It was about the CD-ROM. It was about what makes what they have already better, what they can implement into the culture and make money off of. Okay, y'all don't know what I'm talking about? All right, well, let's dig this. When PlayStation was with partnership with Nintendo, what were they trying to make money off of, Realist?
The ROMs.
And it's the music, right?
What you said? You said when you said? Did you say Nintendo?
Right. When Sony was way back in the origins, when they were in partnership with Nintendo, what were they trying to make money off of?
Okay, you said the music, but I'm saying it's the ROMs.
That's right.
The CD-ROM.
And the CD-ROM is where the music was going to be played for each video game.
Right.
And Sony knew that the music would always be there. And because why, Realist? Sony's in the music business. Ta-da! Why would they want to get out of their expertise, people? So let's implement the CD-ROM. Why? Because we got music out here in these stores that are in CDs. Let's implement that so then we can strike deals with Nintendo and make that be about the music in the video games. So just like we rape our artists, right? Sony's been raping are one of the big known rapists in the music industry, raping their artists, right? We'll just rape Nintendo too. So it doesn't matter how much that, right? It doesn't matter how much that game makes or gets sold. Nintendo's gonna always have to pay us for what? Music fees. Joke's on y'all, because I never liked PlayStation. So I'm as real as it can get. I'm not one of these people out here patty whacking with you. Doing what is it? Miss Mary, what was it? Miss Mary Black, all dressed in black. We ain't doing that over here. That's what they do with you. They patty cake. Baker's man. That's what they do to you donkeys out here. On Di-RRec Gaming, we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. You know what I'm saying? We real over here, bro. I stand on everything that I am, bro. One of my best shrines are right here that I could ever have. I'm a Sega Rebellion baby, bro. I go against the grain out here. I've never been with the populace. You got to come to my crib to play something that you ain't never played before. That's me. I ain't with the populace, bro. Astrobot flop, bro. We already knew that. We already knew that. So it is what it is. When you think about why Sony even got into this thing, man, it's always been about perception. Let's take the PlayStation 2. What was it being sold off of? Media. What was it being shown as? A DVD player. So the perception was, buy this because it's the cheapest DVD player. Not buy this because of video games. All right, move to the PlayStation 3. Buy this because it's what? Compatible media. Compatible media. It can play all your PlayStation games plus what? Media. Then when Microsoft finally says, okay, well, it's working for Sony, let's implement TV and because Microsoft makes a DRM mistake, which really wasn't a mistake, it was just realist feeble mindsets. That online only, feeble mindsets. And so here we were, realists, with Windows 8, and we had one of the most technological technological consoles ever made in gaming history, which was the Xbox One. And because like really says, and because we don't have enough real Xbox fans out here that stand 10 toes down, we lost the Bugatti version of our Xbox. Now look at us. We look like PlayStation out here. I'll tell you some of the things. We had upload studios. We had voice commands. We had instant community.
Picture in picture.
Instant, right? Instant feature. Instant swap between video and gaming. Matter of fact, we had a split screen. You don't have that no more. You got a PID. Even when you're looking up your achievements, when you're achieving up, you got a raggedy PID that Mike Ybarra gave you when he left. That's what you got now. Now Xbox looks generic. It looks like PlayStation. You don't have nothing now. Now you got to go buy an Alexis or something to have voice commands on your Xbox. We even had Mixer. We didn't need Twitch. We didn't need YouTube. Sad day. Sad day for real Xbox fans like me. Sad day. Because I enjoyed all of that. Sad day for me. So what do I got to do? What? You want me to go over there on PlayStation? You want me to go over there on Switch? I got the Switch. You don't ever see me on it. I'd rather play this. I'd rather play this. This offers more than what the Switch can offer. I can play the Switch on that. Make it make sense, realist. Make it make sense out here.
So why would you task me with that, bro? I can't do that.
Yeah, whatever. Make it make sense out here, people. So you want me to downgrade my gaming experience so I can fit in. That's not Xbox, bro. Xbox had Dolby sound way back when it came out. Dolby sound in the console. It was a 1080p console. The original OG Xbox was a 1080p console. Ethernet port, broadband security. Come on, y'all. We out here. We're always leap bounds. We're always in leaps and bounds. We're not the one that's behind. So you gotta act like we're not. You want to look like Xbox, well, look it. I'm not afraid to put on an Xbox shirt and come out here on my channel. I'm not. You got people out here that don't even want to do that. Want to tell you, oh, this is an Xbox channel. This is they can put a bunch of Xbox logos up on their walls and have all these lights, but they ain't talking to you like this. They can't speak the language. You know what they do? They sit on Twitter. They gather up all the information for talking points, and then they deliver it right back to you like you ain't been on Twitter yourself all day. That's not for Xbox fans. That kind of method isn't for Xbox fans. Why am I going to sit here and relive or rehear where I was already at today? So I get off from work and I go back on YouTube just to recap. Come on, man. I put the jersey up there for y'all to see. Where is it? That way. There it is. It's over there. It's on Spark 1117, right? It's over there. So if we wearing the jerseys, we on the field. We don't have time to look up at the stands and see what the people on the stands are doing when you're the one playing on the field. What are we doing out here, bro? I don't have time to look at that. We players out here. Shout out to Rain G4. So if y'all ain't ready, and I'm talking, listen, if y'all are not ready, where Xbox is about to go, you ain't gonna have no choice but to get ready. I'm not abandoning nothing. I'm looking forward to the next generation. Leaps and bounds, baby. That's what they scared of. They couldn't even put out a pro that meant anything. And this is not to the Xbox community, like I said. This is not a shout out. This is not a shot down to them. This is the situation with PlayStation has nothing to do with Xbox fans. G4, boy. Look, it has nothing to do with us, G4. It has nothing to do with us, Mike Johnson. It has nothing to do with us. PlayStation's problem is an eternal one, bro, with its own fan base. That's why Mr. Totoki don't even listen to them dudes, man. They finally got somebody in there that's about the bottom line. And they, like really said, he's their worst nightmare. Because he exposed them clowns. He exposed the talkers. He exposed those devs that ain't doing nothing in them studios. He exposed them. He says, listen, man, we going mobile, PC, and cloud. I don't care what y'all say. The money is not with y'all. It's not with y'all. It is what it is, Rain. When you behind, this is what you do. When you behind, this is what you do. Well, Cygnus, Satya didn't tell real Xbox fans anything different because before he was CEO, the founder of the company said it 24 years ago. Nobody had a problem with it. See, that's the thing. Bill Gates told everybody, my mission would be just to put Xbox in people's households and let them pay for live. I would put Xbox out here for free. So all you're going to have to do is go to your local store and grab it if you wanted it. I ain't worried about the console. He said that 24 years ago. So we never care. If Satya is saying, hey, I don't care about exclusives, that's Microsoft though, bro. That's a software company. See, the problem is y'all get it twisted. Y'all think this mighty billion-dollar Levant is supposed to think like an electronic company. You want a $1 trillion company to think like $100 million company. Sony ain't even $1 billion company.
No, they worth 100 of them.
100, right? It ain't even $1 billion strong. And y'all want a $3 trillion company to think like that. Y'all are funny out here. Y'all out here jocking one of the most ugliest made consoles of all time. That's what you relinquish to. It is what it is. And now the fans of PlayStation are speaking the truth. They don't want that dog shit console.
Mike Johnson says, he asks, why is there so much hate for the PlayStation Pro? He's befuddled. He's bewildered. He's
Mike
flabbergasted.
Johnson, I don't think there's hate. I just think there's dislike. I don't think it's hate.
It's not hate for, but it's not hate for the PlayStation. It's hate for the tactic, for the tactics and the hubris. I was trying to say two words at once. It's hate for the tactics and the hubris. The fact that Sony has the unmitigated gall to put out a $700 console, especially in this economy, right? And it's not much better than what they already have on the market. So, I mean, you don't have to buy it. That's the answer to every PlayStation fan who says, who doesn't like an opinion of it, which is true. But just look at what they're doing. They're putting out a console that's $700 and probably the worst the economy has been in years. And they haven't put out any first party games. They have, but in a while. And they don't have anything from first party to show why you should buy a PlayStation 5 Pro. It's like just being completely tone deaf and brain dead to everything that's going on around them. They showed you PlayStation 4 games and a couple of multiplats, and those were, and one of them for sure was at 30 frames per second. It's not that people are hating the PlayStation itself. is that, do you need it and why are you putting it out there? And they also know what's to come. The nickel and diamond, the amplification of Sony, where they're selling everything in a modular manner. Like next, you guys are going to be paying for cords and HDMI cables. I mean, they're one step away from that. They don't like the direction where Sony is going with this. This is just a marker, what's the word? A telltale of what's to come. So people who are real PlayStation fans are upset about it. The PlayStation fans who just like to play on social media are gonna hype it up and say, "Oh, I got one day one. I got my what is that thing? I got my my DVD-ROM, my Blu-ray player. I got my pre-order in from my stand," instead of understanding what they're supporting. So people aren't mad at PlayStation.
As Mike Johnson said, the first party games is coming spring 2025. It's been confirmed. And here's
it doesn't say spring. He said at least by the end of the fiscal year, which is 2025. But that could be anything. That's a window.
Right.
Even then you're buying a console to play old games.
But I gave them a game. They're not going to play an old game. They're going to play Indiana Jones, another game given to them by Xbox.
And that's something that, like, okay, once I say this, a PlayStation fan will say I'm being a shill, but that's the brilliance of Microsoft with this whole thing, right? They identified that PlayStation has nothing in that window, in that block. Yeah, it should be here, but we also understand the mouse don't play about his money. So why not share this with PlayStation? PlayStation should be doing the same thing with Spider-Man, not because I want to play Spider-Man, but because it makes business sense. If the mouse is taking 40%, what are you doing? He's still going to probably do the same thing with Indiana Jones. This is the deal that Bethesda made, because we know that Phil Spencer doesn't like rent IP. So it's going to be exclusive here for 6 months, approximately. So put it over there on PlayStation. They have nothing to play. There's nothing that's going to be out there. What's coming out in the first quarter from any third party? Nothing announced. So it's a perfect spot for Indiana Jones on another platform. What you say, man?
Then look at Silence, and then look at that. See, you see what I'm saying, Mike Johnson? Look, that you see, I don't look, man. It's to us, it's oranges and apples. To us, it's ABC. To us, it's 1, 2, 3. You see how Silence just said that? That's the point. Nobody is going to give a damn that PlayStation fans gets Indiana Jones in March or April. Nobody cares. And if you think by now, right, with the track record that PlayStation fans have been doing, they're not going out there to buy damn Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones gonna make most of his money on Xbox and PC. Games, for some reason right now, are having a very hard time selling on PlayStation. And the reason is the perception of PlayStation is dying. Okay? I'm saying it. This never been. You guys have had the media, right? The PlayStation fans have had the media for years to lie for them, to clickbait for them. Right? They're not gonna Dolomite. They're not gonna buy it anyway. This is Dolomite. Everybody here, chat game, everybody here. I'm gonna say this right now. To anybody who thinks it's all of a sudden Microsoft is doing this, all of a sudden, it's gonna hurt you, man. The future is gonna really hurt you. Microsoft is a data leviathan. They live by data. They know the type of games they need to put on Game Pass. You know why? Because they look at the data. If the data didn't make sense to put a game over there on PlayStation, everybody, 7 to 8 months later, they wouldn't do it. Microsoft would not put a game on PlayStation for it to outshine on its own brand. Let me tell you something that backfired with Sony. Let me give you a story. MLB, right? MLB is not on Xbox because Sony wants it there. There's a difference, people. Okay? Sony never wanted MLB on Xbox. As a matter of fact, people, newsflash, Sony don't want none of their games on Xbox if it's up to them. They do more blocking than Dikembe Mutombo, okay? So let's stop fronting and let's stop acting like we don't get that. The fact that Microsoft, right, MLB is what's going on today. It was a foreshadow. This not buying games didn't happen within a year or so. Who are y'all kidding? We were saying this back 8 years ago. It was up to the ponies to try to keep the perceptions, but they mutated and they came into my language called the donkeys. There was a glitch in the matrix that mutated the ponies into donkeys. The difference between a pony and a donkey is this: mindset. That's the difference. The donkey thinks they can talk their way. They can talk their way out of everything. Now you know the definition as to why I call them the donkey. The pony was just somebody who had a PlayStation fan and who just, a PlayStation console, and he was a big fan of it, who would just lie to you for no reason about it. That was a pony. We're just going to lie to you. And they commercialized themselves. That's a pony. You see that? If that's what y'all wanted to call them, y'all been calling that for like 2012, 2013. That's all I ever saw. Ponies, you can drag a pony anywhere. You can mop the floor with a pony anywhere. Because ponies don't even know what they're talking about. But a donkey thinks he does. That's the difference, people. And what's happening is they're in the donkey era now, and they don't get it. They sat up here acting like they were buying that MLB. Because guess what happened, people? They sat on their loins. They sat on their asses. And they just thought, by the popularity of PlayStation alone, that'll carry us, folks. We don't have to do anything because people will just go out and buy PlayStation by default. How do we know this, Rain G4? How do we know this, Judah Gaming? How do we know this, Sotness? How do we know this, Vodka? How do we know this, Dolomite? How do we know this, Box? How do we know this, the chip pack? Because you see them on Twitter. They'll be quick to tell you. When something don't go right, here's their alternative sentence. Well, it's going to sell anyway on the PlayStation. It'll still sell the most. It'll still sell better than the Xbox. There you have it. So they're telling you that no matter how dumb it gets out here, the dummy will buy the PlayStation. They're not telling you that a smart consumer won't do it. But guess what happened? Judah, look. The prices kept going up. And Realist knows we had these talks. I said, Realist, in 5 years, the brakes are going to fall off these wheels, man, and they ain't going to be able to stop. I told him that. I said, give it to about 2025. When the industry gets too expensive, let's see how the donkeys react. Now, look at Judah. So you think the next gen Xbox is going to be $700, $800? No. No. Let me tell you why, Judah. Xbox got laughed at in 2013 for what? Having the highest what? Price on their console, right? What was the price, everybody? $499.99.
Man, y'all do that, man. $500.
There you go, brother. So actually, over $500. That was Xbox One vanilla, right? I want everybody to dig this. Realist, I ask you a question. Spar 117, I'll ask you a question. Chat Pat, I'll ask you a question. They got laughed at. And then when the mid-cycle console came out, did the Xbox One X price go up or did it stay the same?
Stayed the same.
Now, who went up?
PlayStation.
Thank you, Spark 117.
But okay.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
All right, go ahead.
PlayStation went up. This generation comes out. What was the price of the console, Realist, as Spark 117?
500, 300.
So you mean to tell me, Realist, and Spartan and Chat Pack, that for over 10 years, did the price ever jump up for Xbox?
No.
So by just holding firm, Microsoft made the industry conform to their price. Now $499 is just a dream price. Nobody talks about it because it's the norm. Okay. So that's right, 30 below. So for 3 consoles, Microsoft has stayed the same. Then you're gonna tell everybody, Sony, yep, that's fact. Okay, there you go. I got this. Mike Johnson, you seem to be having a hard time. This is easy. SpongeBob is called a special edition console. That's it. You're paying for the art.
Mike Johnson should have been here last show, man. These idiots with this whole like why are we comparing special edition, limited edition consoles to standard?
Okay, realist. You just got off the phone with me talking about this YouTube.
Because you know what? I forgive you. I've been talking about it for 3 days, man. These dudes are idiots, man.
But you gotta stop.
Even some Xbox fans are idiots because they're making the same comparison of a $600 console when it's a special edition console. Go ahead, bro.
But you gotta understand something about me, realist. This is where I'm good at. See what I'm saying? I'm good at this.
Let me let you be great.
Now you about to let me cook. Don't even say nothing else because Mike Johnson already hung himself, just like Cygnus did on the other show. Right here, people. Look at this. Boom. Okay. Now look what he's comparing, people. He's already given you an answer. And he just told everybody he don't understand why there's so much hate for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Don't y'all say a damn word. Let me cook. He started with that. But you notice how he had so much to say when it came to Xbox, and we get to this. But there was nothing special about $700 for the special edition console. You know what, Mike Johnson? Legal's going to agree with you. So guess what? That's why everybody's upset that you think everybody's hating on the Pro, because there's nothing special about the $700 for that dog shit PlayStation 5 Pro. So I didn't think you was goofy. I didn't call you no names. I just think you're just like the rest of them that just try your best to try to make something out of something when you already know the answer. You've answered it. So now you understand why there's so much hatred that you would say or dislike for it, because you can't vouch for the $700. That's why we came out. Look at the title. We went above the $700, Mike. It's $880. Who buys a console, don't play no video games on it? Right, Dolan Knight. Donkeys talk in endless cycles. This, let me tell you something, man. This YouTube stuff is built off of this. Fake influencers, right? Fake influencers, those that tie themselves to the media, and those who cater to donkeys. That's it. The real Xbox fan are not on YouTube looking at YouTubers talk about video games. Not the real ones. Okay? This is not built. This platform was not built for real Xbox fans called YouTube. All right? YouTube is for people who are content creators who can get on a mic and just run their mouth. The real Xbox fans, they're in their rooms just like my son right now. My son don't care nothing about this kind of talk. That generation that he's in could care less about what we're talking about right now. They don't do this. This is what my generation does, because this is what my generation has always done. Everybody in here, the majority of the people on Direct Gaming are vets. We're vets. We done did the war. See, this generation want to act like they do a war. They don't know what a war is. They can't handle it. No, they didn't, Mike Johnson. I just, you know what's sad is that I just played that. See, that's what y'all wanted it to say. Digital Foundry didn't confirm the PlayStation 5 Pro GPU is compared to a 4070. He said the PlayStation 5 Pro GPU capability features of the ray tracing, right? That's supposed to be an RDNA 4 feature, is what's compared to a 4070, because anything under the 4070, that feature don't exist in the graphics cards. And y'all can't, because y'all don't understand simple console talk, you come out here and you say stuff like that. This is why y'all pose no threat to the gaming industry. You pose no threat to real gamer talk. And you, Mike Johnson, you gotta stop, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as I like you to be here, bro, just sit back and chill. Sit back and chill. Make some right. It's not a 4070. They said it can never hit. Y'all heard that and ran with it.
But legal. Why didn't we hear this type of talk about Xbox in the beginning?
Oh, the Zinc. What up, baby? Huh?
Why didn't we hear all this talk about Xbox in the beginning? The Series X, the Series X.
Right. The reason
because they have AI in those consoles, right?
Yep.
They have upscaling technology, right?
Right.
You've got
all these tools and features that the PlayStation fans have been making fun of for the Xbox this whole generation. Where are the tools? Where are the tools? That's the same thing that they're getting excited for right now. Right. So what the guy was saying is that AMD does not use AI in their chips yet, and the only thing comparable that does use AI is a 4070. That does not mean that a damn $700 console is gonna perform on par with an $800 card. That's asinine to believe that's true anyway. So my thing is, like, we should have been hearing about this. These developers should have been utilizing these features. We've been calling the PlayStation 5 a RDNA 1.5 console this whole generation. PlayStation fans don't like it, didn't like it. But if it wasn't true, we wouldn't have a Pro right now, because all these things that the big three that they're hyping up, it's already there in the Xbox. I'll let you get back to doing what you do.
One more secret that the Xbox has, and let me explain this to everybody here. It's called the XDXR. It's called a standalone traversal, right? So this is a feature in the Microsoft Gaming Development Kit for the Series X and S that enhances ray tracing capabilities on the Xbox consoles. It replaces the DXR DirectX Ray Tracing 1.1, providing more efficient and flexibility ray tracing operations. Improves the performance of flexibility of ray tracing operations. Standalone functionality. This is the key. Operates independently, allowing for more streamlined integration into the existing rendering pipelines, and optimized for Xbox, specifically designed to leverage the hardware capabilities of Xbox consoles for optimal performance. That hasn't even kicked in. And the PS5 Pro is just kicking in with what Xbox just started out with, basic next-gen feature sets. Now the next-gen feature sets are being firmware upgraded and being deployed, and good luck, PlayStation 5 Pro.
I don't think that people understand something. You know why AI is not something that's being said and for Xbox? Because it already has it in the form of machine learning, people. It already has it, okay? This thing, we're not talking about, you know, Xbox Series X and S already have AI tools for developers, people, for the Xbox. So it only shows you that because you don't know, you're thinking that whatever PlayStation is getting, Mike. So before I do this, you see that Varun Kaspar nailed it. Digital Foundry said the PlayStation 5 Pro GPU is a 6800. non-XT, which is below the 4070. Only the 47 potential is in the ray tracing, like I said. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ride box. It's still stuck at 30 frames, saying it can't claim power over Xbox Series facts. It's not here to prove that every game is going to be 6. So that just made it funny. That made it laughable. And then so when you look at this, right? The Hip Hop Gamer confirmed that for PlayStation 5 Pro, and that's fine. Hip Hop Gamer does good work at reporting on issues within the game industry, right? He does his reporting skills. But at the end of the day, the reason why nobody's reporting anything about it on the Xbox is because it's already been reported. It's already there. How many times do we need to say it? All right. So since nobody knew that AI technology and machine learning was in Xbox already, let me read it out to you. Microsoft's commitment to machine learning and AI is evident in its recent endeavors. The company has announced its plans to build AI chips and processors to power AI server farms. They actually have their own server farms, people, mainly for corporate use. But that's for corporate use. But watch this. While these server farms may not be directly related to Xbox, they can still benefit developers who can utilize these tools to enhance their games. Not only that, people, Microsoft's investment in building AI chips and processors demonstrates the ambition in the field of AI. These dedicated chips, which PlayStation don't have, and processors will drive AI server farms, which can be utilized for a range of purposes beyond gaming. So that's what I want to tell y'all. Microsoft is bigger than the feeble-minded electronic company called Sony. They're not just making an AI just for gaming. They're making an AI for all their capabilities to run around in their big trillion-dollar big bank company, people. Yup, you'll be here, baby. Sooner than soon, baby. We can't wait to have you, Other Zinc. You already know it. And like I said, man, I cherished our phone call. They ain't ready for you here on Di-RRec Gaming, bro, as a root gamer. I can't wait for that day. My man Paltrick's in the building, man. Yeah, this is just another W for the Tower of Power. Exactly. It is. It's not. Look, for a PlayStation fan, this is the fun. This is the ironic, hilarious, funny, comedic side of things. The way y'all got excited about hearing these new features, which are really being old when it comes to Xbox, made us laugh because you proved to us that when we were saying it, it was something to be heard. That's it. We're not playing the patty cake bakers, man, with y'all. That the only time anybody can get hyped is when news flash for PlayStation. Nah. If it's already on Xbox, it's playing the 30 frames on the first-party games and developers skipping on Xbox. You have to ask the developers that.
Look,
okay?
These developers. What developers? Nigga, what developers?
Listen, we're not developers, bro. So
no. What developers are skipping the platform?
Look, it ain't. I don't care about that. Listen, Mike Johnson, go out there and get your sources, find the developers that are skipping it, go ask them why they're doing it, bring the information back to Di-RRec Gaming, and you let us know, okay? Because we know you're not going to do that for PlayStation. Just do it for Xbox. Be a good boy and find out, and then bring it back to us. Do the work, bring it back to us. Because listen, we're not developers. The PlayStation 5 Pro still using the same AMD. You see, he ain't bringing that up. He's not bringing up that this is the same AMD chip as the Series X, and they just added AI for better ray trace channels. Now listen to what Samchaz Gaming just said. He proved what I just read. Now, Samchaz, look at this. Listen to what you just said. The PlayStation 5 Pro, right, is using the same AMD chip. So stop right there. The AMD chip that's in the Pro is the same. So that makes it, that doesn't even make it a next generational console. That's just right there. It's not a next generational console. They just added AI. Okay. So they just added AI. AI can be used for many things, Mike Johnson. But in the case of the Pro, it's used for better ray tracing shadows.
It's resolution.
The one thing Right. That's the one feature that's going to be on that mid-gen cycle console. That's supposedly, I'm not gonna say it is, I'm not gonna say it's not right now, but supposedly that's the one feature that's supposed to be an RDNA 4 feature. Okay. That's where the 4070 comparison came in. If I'm not making sense to you, go figure it out yourself. I'm just trying to say it the best way we can. I don't think reading Sam Chan's game and it couldn't be said any better. I don't know how it can be explained any better. That's pretty much what it is right there. So the AMD chip is no, listen. The AMD chip, forget this, Sam Chaz. He had a heart. You should have never said Series X. Let's just keep the Series X out of it and replace it with the PlayStation 5. That's what you should have done, and he would have never got confused. So I'm going to read it again so we don't confuse him. The PlayStation 5 Pro is still, and before I say this, that's the problem with the Xbox community. Y'all are trying to prove something to a community that don't know what they're talking about. Legal don't do that. You give them the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Real Xbox fans are not here to do patty cake plays with the donkey community by trying to make them believe that the Series X is better than the PlayStation 5. Bro, I've been in the real wars. They can't handle that. What you should have said was this, Sam Chaz. The PlayStation 5 Pro still using the same AMD chip as the PlayStation 5. They just added AI for better ray trace shadows. Just be careful out here, Sam Chaz. Because the minute you put Xbox in the conversation, they lose their minds. They forget what you talk about. You should have never said that because look at his answer. Boom. The AMD chip is not quite the same. It's because of you messed up, Sanchez. I'm trying to show y'all. I'm trying to show you how to talk donkeys, bro. Don't ever make it through. Right?
Yeah, teach us how to speak donkeyese.
Facts. When you're talking to the donkey, do not ever bring up Xbox. Because once you do that, they only hear the word Xbox.
You know what they're missing out on? What they've been missing out on the past 4 years with their PlayStations is what Xbox always had. That's that custom ray box and ray triangle units that the PlayStation failed to have for them. Right now, for one of those games, Senua's Hellblade 2 Saga, every single one of those devs used next-gen features. Not one of those next-gen features are available on the PS5 Pro either. They're still using Kraken. They're not going to be using variable rate shading. They're not going to be using BVH traversal for their rate shaders. They're just going to be using PSSR. That's their AI super sampling.
And like that's made up from them. Keep going, bro. Cooking. You cooking.
And that's it. The Xbox One X, when it released, just like Rain said, we saw the difference. We saw the 4K. We saw the native. PS5 Pro is not native. It's upscaling 1080p to 4K with their little AI. The only thing that it's going to do, give them resolution and a boost in their frames per second in their old games that were overheating on their PS5s. What was that Final Fantasy that was overheating? And another big monster game that was overheating?
That's why they made sure to show it.
And none of that was there.
Look, y'all see what Spy, you see how Spy answered him? Look what he did. He never mentioned Xbox. You keep it like, see what I'm saying? The PlayStation 5 only games are glorified PlayStation 4 games. That's how you gotta say it. Look, now Sanchez is getting it. Look. Boom. The PlayStation 5 Pro will just have better shadows and is limited by the CPU. They don't like facts, Sanchez, but never mention Xbox.
Their CPU's
bottom. Look. See? The RDNA 2 show the massive difference between the 1X and PlayStation 4 Pro. Look. The pisser is checkerboard 2.0, I bet.
May I just say one thing?
Mess up
one thing. My bad for cutting.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
At least Xbox One X came out with the CPU speed bump spec for their mid-gen upgrade. PS5 Pro didn't. That's embarrassing, man. They held back everything. They just gave them a little faster RAM. from 448 for 520, 580. And what 60 compute units, you take 4 out for yield and redundancy, they're ending up with 56. We have 52 right off the bat. They're not getting much. The only fun that you're gonna have is the Xbox releasing Indiana Jones, and the beauty for Xbox, this is a big win for Xbox gamers. Our games are not going to be held back, scaled back from old tech like PS5 with 36 units and some outdated SSD processors. We're going to be, that's the fruit of their labor. We're going to be enjoying it. Thank you, Sony, for stepping your games up, not letting gaming be held back no more with your jank shady Apple-esque upgrades that you do mid gens and next gens. All a lie, man. Now we're all gonna see what the real graphics are all about. And PS5 Pro, sorry, man. Unless you're an enthusiast that likes to get catfished by fake specs on paper, go for it. Get that shit. Xbox is winning.
Mike Johnson, look, Mike Johnson. I don't know what's wrong with you, bro.
It was worth it. It was a huge.
Hold on, Spartan. Mike Johnson, I don't know what's wrong with you, bro. Okay. Now, I don't mind you coming here. I don't mind you being a part of the community. But everybody knows there's a line with me, man. I don't like pretenders and I don't like liars, bro. Okay. What we don't tolerate here is pretenders and liars. Now, I'm going to give you one chance with that and say you really just didn't know and you're trying to be for sure. But we have an internet. My words to advise you right now is when you make a statement in Di-RRec Gaming, make sure you do the very best you can to come out and spit truth if you're going to talk in a gaming conversation, because the price of the Xbox One on release, everybody knows here, was $499. Okay. Don't mess up again, bro. Don't just blurt out something this dumb again. All right. We hold value here. Now I want to get back to my man, JyzalGamingTV, Gaming, because I don't see him a lot. Welcome. Make yourself at home, JyzalGamingTV. You home. Ponies love that pisser on their faces. Exactly, bro. The pisser. Sony's trying to do what Samsung tried to do. So since Samsung didn't want to do that almighty Dolby Atmos, they made their own HDR and came up with HDR 10, that lesser HDR. And they want to jack their prices on their TVs. That's when I stopped buying Samsung. Because I realized Samsung was going to try to they're going to up the price on their TVs, but put lesser technology into it and want you to buy it. That's when they lost me. I was a Samsung guy for a long time. Another one, $400 separate DVD drives only on eBay. Exactly. The PlayStation 4 Pro was still running games at 1080p. Facts. Other Zinc. Oh, that's Spartan. My bad. I'm talking about the Xbox One X. Mike Johnson.
That bro, One X is a big.
Mike Johnson. Go type in this. Since you don't want to do it, I'm going to tell you what to type. Go on the internet and say Xbox One X release price. All right. $499. All right. That's an embarrassment, bro, because you in a gaming discussion. You letting these donkeys down. They got to be shaking their head at you right now. I'm not trying to get you. Listen, man, stop. I done told you to stop, bro. So now that it's going to be $880, everybody. I don't know what people are thinking out here. Now, Mike Johnson did say something that was cool. He said something that was worth thinking about. Really, are console gamers willing to pay the price? Okay, Mike Johnson, I'll tell you what I'm willing to pay. I won't mind paying $600, $700 if Microsoft finally gives me the Xbox of my dreams. All right, that's fine. If you got lost in translation, I'm here to help you. It's fine. If Microsoft gives me a console, Mike, for $700, one, it's going to do way more than what that PlayStation 5 Pro is doing. And here's what I would like for it to do. Not only is it going to be compatible to PC, which means it's going to at least be a low-end, high-end console. If I lost you, I mean the low specs of a high-end possible console. All the features of a high-end all the features of a high-end PC at the low-end cost, okay? Right there. You're going to give me the ray tracing. You're going to give me the 120. Basically, there is no more 30 frames per second, nothing, right? That's eliminated. The low end of the low feature is 4K 60. If you want to, you can set your, since we're going to have these modes, people, 1440p, 120 is fine with me. All this other stuff is fine with me. I don't care. It's going to be, like I said, PC compatible. I want some storefronts. So therefore, I don't have to have a PlayStation. There'll be no need for me to have a PlayStation, because as long as PlayStation putting their games on PC, I'll play them when they come out, because I prefer my Xbox. So I ain't out here to buy consoles and flex anymore. Oh, look at all these consoles I got. That's not what's pushing the industry anyway. So I'm not gonna invest in my mouthpiece with things that don't matter in the industry. Cyber Gunner, what's good, baby? Look, Sam Chad trying to be. I will be playing Concord right now, but PlayStation shut it down. So I'm hopping on COD now. Get him! I can't even hold that in.
I'm glad we're not getting a mid-gen. We're getting the next super
We're
gen.
getting the next gen. Because see, Microsoft knows that we really just didn't. We're not caring about a mid-gen.
Put it this way. In the SoC, the silicone that we have on the Series X right now, it houses a 3.8 gigahertz Zen 2 server class CPU, sampler feedback streaming, DirectX ray tracing, variable rate shading, machine learning acceleration, D3D mesh shading, Xbox velocity architecture, Opus audio decode, high quality sample rate converter, project acoustic acceleration, 8K capable, HDMI 2.1, 10 gigabytes FRL, ALLM, the latency mode, DSC, variable refresh rate, 120 hertz support, linear light display processing, HSP, Pluton, ROT Shack, whatever that means on their cloud. Dude, we're set until 2029. We're good. Even better than the Pro. They can't say nothing. They came out with a digital at a 67% GPU, faster GPU. They got nothing. I'm sorry. Your Christmas is ruined. The only thing that's going to save you is Indiana Jones, man.
Starting to look that way, brother. So, I mean, really?
We got all these next gen features, and they just started unleashing it on Hellblade 2 and the next gen. Look how beautiful Starfield looks. The fidelity of that.
Look how beautiful Space Hammer looks. Even third-party games are running better.
And even backwards compatibility. Where is that at, bro?
What is Sony saying? It's a very hard thing to do. Over here on Xbox, backwards compatibility has been going on since the 360, bro. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up, man. You really can't make this stuff up.
With this generation, they unleashed Project X Cloud. The next generation is going to be hybrid compute. So you're going to have like an ARM type CPU with little cores and big cores and threads on top of that. Imagine the kind of processing we're going to have, especially with the $15 billion bid that Microsoft did with Intel to be able to process their chips in their houses there. So I don't know what the competition is going to sit there and do, aside from gas prices, gas games, gas everything that they've got, and with a horrible network infrastructure that keeps getting hacked and slashed and burnt out. Games can't even handle their servers.
Well, you know what? Willis wants me to cook, man.
Happy to spend $700 on a digital. No disc. And say that preservation. What happened to the disc preservation? All these Sony fanboys were just touting about.
Yeah.
They care for us. No, they don't.
Yeah, but Spartan, you remember last generation when Xbox rolled out in 2013? Everybody was mad at Xbox. The Kinect started spying on you because of DRM.
Mm-hmm.
And on this show, I said this was not just an Xbox initiative. This was an industry initiative. It's just taking longer. Everything the Xbox said that they wanted to do, everybody's doing it right now. What does what tell me?
That means they can't even reflect the real community. So, you know, the real PlayStation community are playing 2K, Call of Duty, Fortnite, right? We know that. That's top 3. 4, maybe Minecraft is in there somewhere, right? So when you look at the people on Twitter X, right? The clown show on Twitter X, they can't even reflect it, man. They were out here trying to tell people how great the PlayStation 5 Pro when it was leaked. Remember, they were trying to already cheerlead it. They were trying to get that hype going. But when that show hit, and it was only 9 minutes, and the reaction of the real PlayStation fans across the world, right? Not just on Twitter X, but this is a worldwide gathering of joint minds, right? Jeff Keighley gets out because, you know, he's nervous, so he wants to come down to the streets. He does a poll in the streets, right? And when that poll hit, the majority, 90,000 people, were in disagreement with that show. 90,000 people said hell no to that show. So when he got that, realist, that told the gaming media to get prepared to start down talking it. They don't like the down talk PlayStation, but they have to go with the populace. So what did Jeff Keighley start doing, folks? He got on Twitter and started tweeting away. Well, Twitter X, you know, and he came up 6-7 tweets about it. And then you had your YouTubers coming out. It's not so bad. We're going to have some enhanced games, people, and $700. And you have people trying to really, really damage control $700. They were damage controlling it. And then when that didn't work, that's when the media said, guys, we gave you all a day. We got to come out here and talk. Then here comes Destin coming out on YouTube. Yeah, the $700 is this and that. And it just doesn't give them a good look, this and that. And then next thing you know, Destin's got that better on his show. And they're trying their best to make something positive. Because they can't stay negative too long, folks. And that's where we're at right now. The sad part is it's not going to work. See, when they did everything they could and they realized the real PlayStation community had put their 10 toes down, Ledbetter had to come out and say, well, now I'm trying to think, well, look, I got it. The PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be for those who already have it. Yeah, because you went out in the streets and saw what the casual market said. The majority market said, F that console. So it can only be for the zealots. And that's where we're at today, folks. I leave it at that. Realist, you got anything else to say? Because I'm done talking. Spartan, you got anything to say? Because I'm done talking.
Not about that.
Talk whatever you want to talk. I ain't talking no more.
I just hope Sony gives them a banger when the PS5 Pro comes out a couple months later exclusively. No remakes, no remasters. All in all, I hope they enjoy their gaming with what they're doing. But if I was a Sony fanboy, I'd just take that $700 and get a GPU upgrade for my PC and just enjoy Steam and Game Pass and whatever they're releasing from PlayStation. And
enjoy missing out on Grand Theft Auto 6 too while you at it.
That one there, that may God help Sony for that one, man. They're gonna have to skin that in that Pro console, man. They're gonna have to put their chips on that SSD, man. They're gonna have Cerny come out and They go come have that guy like, oh, well, this is our PSSR. Don't mind the lags. It's just in demo type right now. No, it's not gonna. It's not gonna breathe.
Gaming's Mr. Rogers. Now I know legal tried to teach us how to speak donkeyese, but what are they gonna play, bro? Like what can PlayStation give them? You think Fair Games is gonna do what Concord couldn't?
Old IPs, realist. They're gonna play old.
No.
IPs.
He said I hope they give him. He's so nice. He said I hope that they give him something nice exclusive to play.
New IP or something going out there for them.
But what?
I don't know.
But what? I mean, there's no Stray coming that they can buy off.
They have
Like,
to know something.
like what is there?
Like they destroyed Bungie. They destroyed their first shooters. They can't. I don't know what they can. No, it's remakes and remasters, bro.
I mean, hey, they've been talking about Horizon for a while, man. Maybe they'll use that Horizon Forbidden. No, what is it called? Horizon Zero Dawn remaster remake.
Yeah, they're coming.
Maybe they'll get that, and that'll showcase the power of the PlayStation 5 Pro.
The cartoon.
Hey,
it won't do much. To be honest, it won't do much unless they have something to show, man. Every time Xbox, remember the original Xbox came out, they had that Raven tech demo, that chick that jumped out the robot, and they showed how powerful it is. Remember that PS3? I won't discredit PlayStation when they had that PlayStation tech demo with the ducks in the bathtubs, and remember that?
Yeah.
They didn't have anything for that. I'm just disappointed. I'm like, dude, you're coming out. You're the top-notch console seller in the world, just like iPhones, and yet you don't have anything to show for it. At least they have something to show for it. Like you got a touch sensor.
But maybe they are embracing their Apple, right? Let's think about it. Because I heard Sadia say, instead of looking at us, we should be looking at companies that make more money in gaming than us without even making games, right? She's talking about Apple. So if PlayStation knows that games are too expensive for them, their fan base isn't buying them at a clip that they need them to, they don't want to go to PC, but they have to whenever they do release a game. Why not release a different console as many times as you can? Some type of iteration and become just more of a hardware company with a storefront like Apple, because that's pretty much what they're going towards. Because I mean, I see Cygnus says Silent Hill, right? That's another game that's not from Sony. It'll be exclusive for a time, but that's another game that's not from Sony. Like all their games they had, like they just put out Astrobot. I don't know what they expected to do out of it, but you know, it's not setting the world on fire, but it is on Twitter. So that is something that they can play. But is that something you really bought a PlayStation 5 Pro so that you can play your Astrobots and your remasters? You were doing just fine at 60 frames on your PlayStation 5. So maybe they are embracing the Apple side of the business and trying to just sell hardware. You see that they're selling a stand separately. Like who does that? Why not just make a console that can stand up by itself? You got to give it. You got to sell it crutches too. So then, so then the.
That's what they exactly did when it comes out with two little crutch clear stands.
Yeah, the disc drive, right? What I was saying earlier before Legal jumped in was like Xbox wasn't alone. Xbox. You see. Look, he doing it. You see what I'm saying? He doing it again. Hey, look. Well, look. Everything that Microsoft said back in 2013, right? They went the DRM, everything. They're doing it now, right? And now I don't know this for a fact, but the word was that PlayStation was going to do the same thing, but they went to the back, rehashed their intro, and then this is how you share games, right? Mm-hmm. But slowly but surely, it's all going back to 2013. And now you don't need DRM if you're selling digital consoles. Who's more protective of their IP than the Japanese? I have not seen anybody that is more like, don't touch it, it's mine, than them. So Sony wants to be digital. Now Nintendo is dealing with emulators. Their old hardware so easily emulated, but eventually they're going to be digital too. Like all this stuff is new. We killed Xbox for the Xbox One SAD, right? Mm-hmm. now you look at PlayStation. You hoes want to be physical? All right, we're gonna tax you for it. We're not giving it to you. You're gonna pay for it. So I'm starting to think that maybe they are seeing where they belong in the gaming industry. You know, just like Steam, be primarily a storefront, and every now and then you release a first party game. And stop paying for games to only be on your platform, because that's really adding no value to your platform, because your gamers aren't paying for those games in the beginning. Because I mean, you look at Stellar Blade, 1 million units on 68 million consoles they say they have. What they don't understand is the more consoles that they say they've sold, the worse it looks for their fan base as it pertains to buying games. Because you say you got 100 million consoles out there and only 1 million people are buying these games, that's just bad for your fan base. You guys aren't buying games while you're so busy saying that Xbox gamers don't buy games. Any game that comes out, the PlayStation platform better sell more than Xbox, because you got twice as many players over there, 3 times, depending on who you're listening to. But I'm done with them, man. You know, we've been talking about them. Hey, if they like it, I love it. I can't really tell people what I can't do it at all. But I don't like telling people what to do with their money. But I just give you my opinion and say it's a stupid purchase.
Save it. I'll be honest, you guys. You have your PS5s and enjoy that as much as you can. If you want to feel a real upgrade, just wait for the next one. If you're an enthusiast, go for it. Enjoy your Sony. Go for it. I'm not bashing for that. I just don't like their practices on how they're janking customers with their cost, especially when the guy come up and said, "Oh, it's we're just putting a different price on it." What do you mean a different price? You ain't got no different price on this goddamn console. And straight up telling the truth to their fan base, coming out digital only, that's a big hint for them. The back pocket for Sony PS5 Pro was the separate disk drive. That's saving them from that console becoming the gaming like the biggest flop in gaming history. If they did not let that modular design be in that PS5 Pro and they went all digital, imagine the shit, how bad it would be for them. They will not go anywhere far with the PS5 Pro. Just enjoy extra.
Hey, they can sell the units, man. They can sell the units, man. But the problem is, it's the same thing with the industry, bro. Because somebody was talking to me about Redfall. Well, what's wrong with Xbox? Like, dude, it wasn't Xbox. It was ZeniMax, who had all of their single game focused studios making live service games, and now you have Sony doing it, and you see it doesn't really work out. But honestly, man, I think the soul, I would love to kick PlayStation, man, but the soul of gaming is getting kicked out, man.
Yeah.
As soon as games like Fortnite made it big, you know, we got Halo that wanted to go live service. We got Last of Us that wanted to go live service. When you had people, I don't know how many, you know, even if it's 300 people still playing Last of Us Factions. You know, people still playing Master Chief Collection. You know, when they're trying to make gaming make more money on top of more money on top of more money, then it becomes less about, you know, fun factor and more about how much they can extract from a gamer. And that's a problem that hopefully Xbox continues on the path that they're with Game Pass and allowing people to experiment, because a lot of these experimental games are becoming extinct, man. And that's why you got a lot of people that are hyping up the indie community and the indie developers, because they're the ones still being experimental. Pretty much all the AAA developers are doing the same thing. If it's not Ubisoft selling time savers, then they're trying to come up with a live service game too. So, you know, but it's all about growth, bro. And PlayStation got to figure out a way to grow.
There might be a design flaw on a 5 Pro. You know, when you change covers for different colors, right? And you've already purchased the white disk drive, and then you're trying to change into, like, let's say all blue. Does that mean you got to buy a new disk drive in blue for that one?
I doubt it. But each device, you have to connect it to each drive. You have to connect it to the internet, and I guess it has some type of digital signature. So there's that. But yeah, like what's his name? John Blue. No, it's Fidel J. He said Apple uses their services to sell devices. Sony has no services. But even without the services, they still do good at selling their consoles. You know, they don't have any games where people are lathered up about buying a PlayStation 5 Pro. You know, they showed them nothing, gave them nothing, told them no information, but people are excited to go run out to pre-order on the 26th. So, I mean, there's something about their hardware. I mean, I don't want to say they don't need services, but people don't care about them. You know, they're still buying these consoles. They've been buying these consoles, even though, from the beginning of the generation, we told them everything about the console is now coming to light through the PS5 Pro, that it was undercooked, rushed out, and they still ran out to buy it. They still hype up console sales. It is what it is. But what else do they do? You know what I mean? Because they're trying, but it's not working. I don't want to say they're not trying or they're doing nothing, but what are they doing that's working? The single player games, yeah, they win Game of the Year awards, but not enough people are buying them. And, you know, before they bring up 20 million units, those 20 million units, half of them were sold at $9.99, $15.99. That's why they're on PC right now.
They're probably using PS5 for like Japanime when they're just using that for like their Japanime. They're using a more like a streaming box than a gaming box, man. Guaranteed every Sony fanboy has a PC that they game on their PCs. Leagues of Legends, World of Warcraft, these little mini games and stuff. That's what they do, man. They're coming right out for no goddamn reason.
Hey, look, man. I see Cygnus, bro. He said, do you guys talk about Xbox removing games from Game Pass? Look, man, you got to go to the bitch-ass Xbox channels that complain about everything, right? Even when it has nothing to do with them. Everybody on this goddamn panel is on Ultimate, so none of that crap affects us. Everybody on here is paid up, right?
We are Ultimate,
so what the hell am I going to complain about the standard tier when your ass should be in Ultimate? Xbox has done everything that they can to help people make a wise pimp's decision and get on Game Pass Ultimate. They've given it away for $1. They've put it on Doritos cans. Everything that y'all made fun of it for, they put it out there for people, and they still want to be on whatever it is. Then deal with it, because they obviously don't care about the day one game. So why do we care for them? The majority of the subscribers are on Ultimate anyway. What are you saying?
What happened was, I think, is that they released you know how we have core, now we have standard, now we have ultimate, right? What happened was when some of the users opted in, or I think if I come correct, downgraded to the standard that goes at $16.99 Canadian, some of the first party titles they weren't able to play, so they got to fix that glitch. They get the same entitlements of playing 100 quality console games, but yet I think day one games on Game Pass, they don't get it on the standard, they go get it on the ultimate.
Why would you expect to pay more, pay less for more?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And why are y'all complaining about that over here when y'all getting ready to pay more for less over there? Y'all pay more for less for your services. Your services are trash. Before the recent increase, the PlayStation Plus had no business being more, costed more than what Xbox Game Pass did. So like these guys, man, like this is an Xbox channel, bro. Like we call it the streets. We are the streets. This is the underground. We don't have 20,000 subscribers that we got to cater to the 5 people out there. This is over one and one for all type bullshit. If your ass can't afford Ultimate, you got other concerns.
Yeah, man.
That's my thing. Like, I'm not going to complain about them removing games out of a certain. I'm not going to complain about them increasing the price of Xbox Gold back in the day. What does it have to do with anything? It wasn't even for the people who are currently subscribed. It was for the people that came in later. Like these people complain about everything.
They sweat over 50 cents a day, man, for Game Pass. That's all it costs. 50 cents a day, less than that. And they won't complain.
Yeah, take that care of that over there, bro. Like I do it when they start doing that. If I am ever listening to a podcast like that, I check out, because I'm not with all the complaining, bro. It's like you got so many games. You got 460 games in Game Pass, right? If you wanted 100, that's cool. But who expected to get day one games on a lower tier?
Yeah, they gotta, you know, tuck your tails in between your legs. Stop.
Common sense is lacking, and the school system is failing if they did.
That's
Like I don't understand like anybody who's expecting to get what the top tier gets for a lower price. Hell, Hulu wants $27 from me now. I know if I go down to the lower plan like they told me to, they said, no, go check out our other plans. No, bitch, I know I'm paying $26 because I don't want commercials. I'm either gonna cancel it or keep paying.
They even say it. You get the core, you get curated catalog, the standard, you get the high, you get the multiplayer, you get to play 100 of high quality console games, and I do believe you get some type of perk. But then the ultimate, you get PC, cloud, everything for the 22 in Canada, 20. Yeah, we're getting it good. You cannot complain about Game Pass. You cannot complain about the price of the Series X. It's next gen, even beyond until the next tech comes. I'll be happy keeping this console until 2032, 2033. We get a new one come out, announced 2034 release. So this console is good until then.
We don't think the console generation is going to go that long, bro?
No. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, because you already know that they'll still be making games for it.
Oh yeah, next year I do believe we're gonna have some type of announcement, and then the year after they're gonna unveil it and give us the tech specs, and then after that it's gonna be a holiday announcement. I do believe 2007, 2008 we're gonna get a new console.
Yeah, some people are saying 26. I don't know. I mean,
it's just the announcement for 26. We're way too early for this. We just got ABK, we got Bethesda, we got all our studios we're polishing up. Our integration with ABK still has yet to be complete. It's just been a year until these guys get together with their IDs and emails and their roadmaps for what they want to do, align with Xbox, and make sure that they have time. They don't come out with janky day one patch games that they need. They got to clear all that up before the next generation comes. If they don't clear up this delay COVID or what now, the monkeypox excuse, no man, they know it. They know it. Next generation, you
shout out to J Mac.
Put your priorities together and bring it. Bring a big banger out, and we don't want to hear nothing. This generation was with Project X Cloud. Next generation is going to be hybrid, console and cloud, handheld, living room device.
But like oh boy says, 28, 29. It's never too early for a new console generation, because like now we are in an era where the software outpaces the hardware, right? Like, there's never strong enough hardware to match the software. It's like there'll always be a new tool and trick. They still haven't quite mastered ray tracing. Like, I think they should just leave it alone with consoles until we come up next generation, because even the high end cars struggle with ray tracing.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to do it on consoles now. Honestly, a lot of these developers should take a look at what's the name of that studio? Crytek.
Yes.
Crytek had software-based ray tracing on the Crysis remakes. It even had ray tracing on the one in PlayStation 4. It was software-based though. So I don't know what it looked like. I just read about it. I didn't play it. I played Crysis back in the day on PC. But like,
we played Rise Son of Rome.
It didn't have ray tracing though.
The way that their graphics is though, man. Like Crytek is top tier. I wish.
Yeah, I mean, the Cry engine is probably like Unreal without the lighting, right? It's always been able to produce beautiful pictures, but all I'm saying is they came up with a solution for ray tracing that could run on last gen consoles. Maybe it's not the most beautifulest, but it's better than trying to achieve that and failing the way they are now. You know what I mean? Because PCs are struggling to hit 60 with ray tracing and 4K. These consoles are gunning for 4K. I don't know how they skipped all the way over 1400, but you know, it is what it is. They got all kinds of dynamic resolutions, 1800.
Upscale, upscale. Checkerboard, upscale. That's it. That's all they could do.
But it seems like they haven't been able to figure it out in a way that, you know, gives you a game that works day one, You don't need to have 15 patches before it gets to where it is. The game's on sale. Once it's on sale, then it's running right. That's the reason why I haven't bought Dragon's Dogma 2 yet. There are too many complaints.
Realist, I'll be honest. The bottleneck the whole entire time for all generations is the CPU. Please put out at least a 10 core or a 12 core CPU, like a big little ARM or something similar. Let's just say it's got 6 big cores, 4 little cores to help it out, you know, and get that going. And then, or 10
But
core.
That don't sound like $500 though.
They got the.
That don't sound like $700 either.
They got the deal with Intel. They will be fabricating their chips in there at a lower cost. They know their game. They're a huge backing. They know if they sell a console above 7 or even 7, it's dead in the waters. They'll be leveraging the hybrid cloud, be able to do everything. Yet they're gonna give us a good CPU and a good GPU. They have to at a good price. I'll pay in Canadian dollars. I'll pay $700 if they come out with what if the value's there. If it's not, if they're going to come out with another one of these, no.
See, the one thing that Legal said I disagree with. You can come back on that, Legal, if you want. But like, I don't think we can keep expecting $500 consoles, especially with the way prices are going and these companies not willing to subsidize. Like, PlayStation is charging $700 because they don't want to subsidize the console. It's barely better than the PS5. It had to cost them just a little to make it better. So if they're not subsidizing, because like I told y'all in the beginning of the generation, I said Nintendo showed them the way, and don't expect price decreases like we've been getting. And here it is, people bitching about it today. But I said this back at the beginning of the generation because I noticed that Nintendo didn't lower the price of their console throughout the entire generation. Before even they weren't immune to selling their consoles at $200, $149. But I think it's going to be difficult if they're not, especially if they're like, you know what, we are the last place console, and the thing that we need to do to become number one, we're not willing to do or we can't do. So let's just sell the console just like PlayStation to the people that love our console, the people who support our brand, but give them something that is worth it and that we don't have to subsidize. Because like even the Steam Deck was subsidized, and that thing, well, it's a PC, but still it's still not more. It's portable. Portable normally brings prices up, but it still was $600 subsidized. You know what I mean? So I don't think that the prices are going to go down. The Switch, they're rumoring $450. You know, so I don't think that they're going to be able to keep next gen, because if Xbox from last place set the market price for $500 last gen for PlayStation to come on now PlayStation is resetting another price point. So expect the consoles to be at least $700 because the market may resist it now. They may sell less than they sold PlayStation 4 Pros, and they may sell more of the base PlayStation 5s, but the $700 price is going to set the market again.
No,
okay, I agree. Let me come in there. Let me come in there and say, no, I agree with that. I was using that. I wasn't saying the $499 price and
J-Mac
was a price that validated Microsoft not to go up on their console. What I was saying was that the $499.99 was laughed at for being a high price to begin with, is what I was using that for. And then 3 consoles later, who went up and who stayed the same is what I'm saying here, Realist. So now, if 3 consoles have been made since that $499 mark, and Microsoft is telling us now that they're going to leapfrog the next generation with technology, I see the price going up. There's no way that price is going to be $499.99, right? Now, if this next generation, now this is Xbox fans. The next Xbox has to be what we want it to be. It has to be the vision now. I don't want another console where it's missing the mark. It's missing the mark. This one missed the mark. It's right there. Okay, the next one, let's go ahead and make it PC compatible so these games are ported. Let's go ahead and make the storefronts get on there. Let's go ahead and make some great partnerships. Let's go ahead and bring the gaming back, bring the cloud compute back, bring the Snap features back, bring everything. if you're an Xbox fan, get your voices out there and tell Microsoft everything that you loved previously and up, because that's still that. Like I heard Rilla say, this console, this PlayStation 5 Pro, right? And I said it, but I heard Rilla just say it, and this is a key. If they're making the future consoles for the fans, then these consoles should reflect the fans. Take that pip, damn achievement. Oh, I can't stand it. Take that damn thing off my TV. It's in the way of your gaming.
What?
Bring us back the split feature. Bring us, if we're going to have Twitch on our Xbox, give us a chat room. There's no reason for us on Xbox to be having to use other devices to communicate. It just works. It's a technological company. It makes
but see, when they did all those things, people complained about it, about them not focusing on gaming.
Right. They didn't complain about what happened with Twitch. They just lost a partnership deal. Sony took it.
No. What I'm saying is, people when they added all those features, right? You were able to route your cable through your Xbox and watch it in picture. All those things, like people said that Xbox was for TV. So they took away all those things that didn't have to do much with gaming, and now all you have is a console. But I agree with you. They should bring those things, some of those things back.
Realist, I talked about this a long time ago. That was double agents. That you're talking about an era.
But they worked.
Let me explain this, people, because Realist is right. And that really happened. And I'm gonna get to you, J Mac, but I was
waiting for you.
Realist is making some points, and I want people to understand this. And then I'm gonna go to other Zinc because I agree with other Zinc, and then I'm getting to you, J Mac, right? Realist. Phil Spencer took over. They were trying to interact with the fans. They wanted to get that because Microsoft was getting his face knocked off. They needed to get down in the surface. They needed to see what people were thinking down at the surface level. And sadly but true, Realist, they went to the wrong YouTubers. Right? We see this now. We know the names. They went to the wrong YouTubers. They listened to half breeds and centaurs. They never really knew who their Xbox fans were. This PR movement got built, and the PR movement frowns. They don't even speak the Xbox right now needs to understand who their real fans are. And even when it's being shown to them, it's hilarious. They're still trying to fight it because I get it. It seems like they got a lot of pride going on, but Microsoft, you flunked right there. Your PR team has flunked you. Before the PR team was ever created, Microsoft was in these streets. They were for the streets. Like we say today, they was for the street. When you look back at those documentaries, them great movies and series that they put out about Xbox, there's nothing like it. Microsoft today don't even know how to look like that. So to other Zincs, where you about to go with PlayStation, which I agree, I say the same thing with Microsoft on a tip end. There's some mismanagement issues with people in places that they're not really reflecting the essence of Xbox. It's like they're like robots. Like when you even hear people talk, it's like they talk like they just reading a script. We're from that Xbox community where people were just out there. We made things happen. The community was busted. Nobody had to question who the Xbox fans were. They were right there. Those were the people standing out in those lines every night. Those were the people going up in them stores buying those Xbox games every day. You knew who an Xbox fan was. So going back to what other Zinc had to say. Sony has mismanagement issues. That's why the PlayStation Pro is $700 ridiculous dollars. I agree. And we already know this because of what Hidoki Totoki said. A lot
Hiroki Totoki.
Right, Hiroki. So there's a lot of mismanagement going on. He confirmed a lot of things that need to be switched around. I just think this $700 thing, man, it's a future price. Let's don't get it twisted. We already know this, but this happened at the wrong time. So therefore, I agree. And going to J, man. Appreciate it, brother. We appreciate you, man. What no one is talking about is PlayStation developed themselves into a corner. I agree. The fan base doesn't know how to play other games. Hold on. I don't believe hold on. Let me put my shit. Oh, wait. I don't believe us. I don't believe it. I don't damn believe I'm hearing this, bro. This deserves me on camera. Realist. You mean to tell me somebody that said it? Let's read this slow, people, because this is exactly what I've been stressing this whole damn time. What no one is talking about is PlayStation developed themselves into a corner. Now, I don't know if y'all know what he's talking about, but I do, so I'm going to explain that part. All these years, PlayStation has played into the narrative of the ponies. So when the ponies could not uphold their narratives and myths, they transformed into donkeys. And so these things like we have the best exclusives, the things like exclusives are the only reason people buy PlayStation consoles. This is why Microsoft ain't winning, because they don't have great exclusives. And they're not saying that today, but I'm just giving y'all an answer to what he's talking about. My PlayStation played into that. They played into that so bad that Square Enix played into it. They played into it so bad that everybody has woke up, and you have two options with Sony. You either jump that fence and stop playing those games with them, or you play those games with them and your game don't sell. Because why? The fan base doesn't know how to play new games. Did we not say this? So games like a Concord, why are we wondering why that game did not succeed? It's a new game. They don't play. What did Totoki say? They don't buy new games. So they don't play it. Look, Foam Stars, gone. Any new game that's gone. Look at Returnal, gone. Think about it. Any new game that popped up. You see what they had to do for Horizon? They had to play that off and wait 3-4 years before they finally start trying to give you numbers for it. Now they want to give you numbers. Oh, it sold 8 million. But what metric did it get them that? With all those sales and discounts? Of course it'll sell. But when it was at top dollar, it didn't sell. All they know is third-person story, hold your hand, cinematic, soap opera, emotional-driven games. The New Legal's been saying this for years, and that's all they know. You put them on, outside of COD, the only reason they got Call of Duty, the only reason you see them on Call of Duty, here's the secret, is because they used to be on the 360 playing COD. That's all, folks. So donkeys don't fool people like me or J-Mac or anybody else that sees through the veil, bro. We know where they came from. They originated on the Xbox. They didn't just magically become Call of Duty fans. Call of Duty was never on PlayStation in its origin. That's why. That's where they're at. And now they in that corner trying to figure out how they can change a narrative to get them out of this exclusive only. Look what they did to Helldivers too. You heard Crazy Luke call them out. He said, y'all are stupid. Y'all aren't even taking care of this game. The PC community is taking care of this game, and y'all backstab the PC community, not realizing they doing y'all a favor. So you deserve what you get. You deserve to be laughed at. You deserve to be clowned, because y'all are slowly waking up. Y'all gonna slowly stop doing this, and when you do, it's gonna look beautiful watching y'all do it. Told you, I'm gonna win this because I know what a real console war looks like. Legal's gonna win this. This ain't what you see on social media. Now this is gonna be reality season. And when y'all stop fronting, when that veil breaks loose, that last love comes off that wheel, and y'all are just sitting there because y'all are going to have to either make a decision. You either gonna go where Sony's gonna walk y'all through the mobile PC cloud community, because that's where y'all are headed. They already got their minds made up. You failed. So that's where they gotta go. Or you love these remasters because they told everybody we gotta make returns, aka profits, off these old IPs. So J-Mac, so all these games they were talking about, Sony wasn't making profit off of them, which in return, right, is why they still are the lowest profit-making gaming brand in the industry. Sony can do all kinds of things. That ain't gonna change that. And here it is. At the end of the day, PlayStation is playing lightweight games in the heavyweight world. Facts. Why is that? Because PlayStation is part of electronic brand, while Xbox is part of a big tech brand. This is easy, people. It's called Big Bang Takes Little Bang. The end. Class dismissed. Hey, y'all, I go by the name of the new legal, represent Di-RRec Gaming. I got Spark 117 and the realest one. If you gentlemen in here, please let people know where they can find y'all at so we can get out of here.
When they can find us here, man.
On Di-RRec Gaming right here.
Chit chat, God bless. Remember, always keep it gaming. We came here to do one thing. We got a responsibility to do, and that's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. In the meantime, always keep it gaming. Throw your X's up. Remember, don't let nobody take the extra man from you. Everybody deserves a second chance in life. And we're here to put streets back in gaming and bring gaming back to the streets. In the meantime, y'all stay safe. Be careful out there. God bless. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.